Dear students, in this lecture we will discuss differential equations, especially higher order linear differential equations with constant coefficients and their solutions for several specific cases like with x equals to 0. First of all, we talk over the definition of higher order linear differential equation with constant coefficient. As you can see, it's a linear differential equation. Why linear? Because all derivatives of any order, including the zero order derivative, that is dependent variable y itself, are possessing power 1, and there is no term given in this equation with product of any two derivatives. That's why it is linear. Of higher order, here specifically order n, because dny by dxn is existing as top order derivative, nth order derivative in this equation with constant coefficients. Why? Because the coefficients of all these derivatives are a0, a1 up to an, all are real constants. Equals to capital X. Capital X is either a constant or function of the independent variable which is appearing as a small x only. So that is about constitution or definition of a higher order, especially n order here, linear differential equation with constant coefficients. Now we simplify this form, this equation 1, to reach up to next discussions. We assume that capital D as dy dx as standard differential operator. What will happen because of assumption a0, that becomes capital D power n plus a1, that becomes capital D power n minus 1 plus up to plus an, and small y is taken as common as an operand in right hand side, equals to the further side is capital X, and that bracket can easily be assumed as some function of capital D. So it's fd, some function of capital D over y, the dependent variable, equals to capital X, function of small x, that is independent variable, where fd is that particular expression of d, what we assume. And it is easy to say that fd is a polynomial of degree n in capital D. So that is about mathematical basics for the differential equation which we are discussing here. Now we talk over complete solution of same differential equation f dy equals to x. Its complete solution is given as y equals to cf plus pi. Cf means complementary function, pi means particular integral. In short, cf and pi are the names which we will utilize throughout the chapter. In order to find, as we need to find cf and pi both, so in order to find cf for that equation 2, the theoretical representative of this chapter, we have to consider this particular equation, where how it is created, equation 3, how it is created. Its left hand side of equation 3 is obtained by substituting capital D by m in fd, that is form of fd. In fd we are substituting capital D, we are replacing capital D by small m, so it becomes a0 m power n plus a1 m power n minus 1 plus up to plus a n equals to 0. So right hand side of this equation 3 is created by fd by this process, and this equation is actually called auxiliary equation for that equation 2. And for solving that equation 1, we have to solve this auxiliary equation, and by solving auxiliary equation we will find, because this auxiliary equation is of degree n which has n roots, it's in variable m of degree n, so it will have n roots, and everything depends upon these n roots. That is, we can say, depending upon the nature of roots of this auxiliary equation, different expressions for CF are obtained. So that is, we are discussing one part of solution CF. Then if we talk over PI, then for that equation 2, PI is initially given as 1 upon that function of D over capital X. in next slide we will discuss CF and PI with some detail. First of all, we talk over CF, rules for finding CF. You can see there are certain cases which we will discuss in this slide 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Case 1, we are discussing about auxiliary equation 3 of previous slide, the equation of degree n in variable m. If by solving that equation we find all n roots are real and distinct, that is values of m are m1, m2 up to mn, all are real as well as different, then CF is quite simple. It is written as C1 e power, that real first real root m1x, plus C2 e power m2x, plus up to plus Cn e power mnx. That order hardly matters. The roots may be 1, 3, 2, may also be written as 3, 1, 2, etc. For example, I was discussing this. That is, that order of m1, m2 up to mn hardly matters. In any order you can have these roots, and then you have to multiply all these roots with independent variable x, and then you have to put them in power of exponential function, multiply each and every term with some real constant like C1, C2 up to Cn here, and then add them all. So that is about finding CF for that first simple real and different roots case. Case 2, if two roots of auxiliary equation 3 are real and equal, and remaining n minus 2 roots are real and distinct, that is we are having n roots as we are discussing here. So out of those n roots, 2 roots are real and equal, while remaining n minus 2 roots are real and distinct like previous case. So we can assume it m equals to m1, m2, m1, m1 are real and same, then m3, m4, m5 up to mn are real and distinct. In that case, the CF is written for those distinct roots m3, m4 up to mn. The story remains invariant, remains same like previous case. C3 e power m3x plus C4 e power m4x plus up to Cn e power mnx. But these two equal roots, real and equal, m equals to m1 and m1, the expression of CF is written in this pattern with these two constants. C1 plus C2x is multiplied with e power that root m1x. And similarly we can talk over 3 roots are real and same, that is if there exist for auxiliary equation 3 roots are real and equal, and remaining n minus 3 are real and different, that is roots are m1, 3 real and equal, then m4, m5, m6 up to mn are real and distinct. Then CF for 3 equal roots, C1 plus C2x plus C3x square. Now you can understand that series. When 2 roots were equal, it ended with x power 1, 3 are equal, then it's ending with x power 2. So if 4 will be equal, then it will be C1 plus C2x plus C3x square plus C4x cube. So you can generalize the concept into e power m1, that equal root x, plus then 4 distinct roots, that initial formula is utilized till the end, plus Cn e power mn. So that is about real and different roots, then real and same roots. Now the third case is given as if 2 roots are real and occur as pairs in form of surds. You know about surds, like 2 roots m equals to m1 plus minus root m2 are in pair because of this plus minus difference only, and in form of surd means m1 is a rational number and root m2 is an irrational number, then we call this pair as surd, pair of surd. So 2 roots are in this pair of surd and remaining roots are real and different. Then CF is written as for those real and different m3, m4 up to mn, it's quite simple to write like initial form, and for these 2 roots in pair of surd, the CF is written as e power m1x. m1 is the rational part of surd, into, in that bracket we have C1 cos hyperbolic root m2, that is rational part x, plus C2 sin hyperbolic root m2 x. So you have to remember that particular hyperbolic case for surds. Case 4, if 2 roots of auxiliary equation 3 are imaginary and remaining n minus 2 roots are real and distinct, and imaginary roots also occur in pair. So 2 roots m1 plus minus iota m2 in pair of imaginary roots, complex roots, and then remaining m3, m4 up to mn are real and distinct. In that case, CF is written for those two complex roots in pair, e power m1x, m1 is real part of that pair, so e power m1x into c1 cos m2x, m2 is imaginary part of that pair, plus c2 sin m2x. So that is about two roots occurring in pair of complex numbers. Then for remaining real and distinct roots, c3 e power m3x plus c4 e power m4x plus up to cn e power mn x. That is about, that's in initial simple case. So it is about case 4. And case 5, if two pairs, four roots of imaginary roots of auxiliary equation are equal, that is two pairs are repeating now in shape of four roots, m1 plus minus iota m2 comma m1 plus minus iota m2, that pair of imaginary roots is repeating, and remaining roots are say real and different. So m5 m6 up to mn, for that it's written with that initial choice. But for these two equal pairs, CF is to be written as C e power m1x, that real part of complex root, into inside the bracket two concepts are mixed together. What about those two concepts? First is when roots are real and equals the c1 plus c2x, that kind of series, you can see that kind of series c1, because two pairs are also equal here, so c1 plus c2x kind of series here, and then c3 plus c4x, that is that kind of series is obtained with cos and sine both. Why cos and sine? Because complex roots, for complex roots we have cos and sine of imaginary part, so cos imaginary part is m2, so cos m2x and sin m2x appearing there. That is we mixed these two concepts of the, that is we mixed case 4 and case 2 together. And there is one important note: while solving any differential equation, we can combine all these cases as per the requirement. That means depends upon the particular problem and roots of auxiliary equation, that how and when as per the requirement we have to mix them. For example, if you have four roots here, m1 plus minus root m2 and then m1 plus minus root m2 repeated, that is two pairs are repeated, pairs of surds are repeated, then what about CF? It will be e power m1x, then c1 plus c2x, in that case cos hyperbolic root m2x plus c3 plus c4x sin hyperbolic root m2x, like that. So we have to mix all these results as per our requirement, all these 5 cases as per our requirement. In previous slide we were discussing different cases for finding CF. Here we discuss one special case for PI, when the right hand side of equation 1 capital X becomes 0, then as per the formula of PI which we discussed earlier, 1 upon FD X, it's 1 upon FD, as X is 0, so 1 upon FD over 0, which becomes 0. And in today's lecture we will discuss several important problems based over this case when right hand side capital X is 0, like you can see in these two questions of this slide. Question number 1, right hand side that capital X as per theoretical equation 1 is 0 here, and it's 0 in question number 2 as well. Now we discuss the solution of question number 1, given as d3y by dx cube minus 6d2y by dx square plus 11dy by dx minus 6y equals to 0. We assume small d by dx is equals to capital D, it reduces to d cube minus 6d square plus 11d minus 6 whole over small y is common as an operand equals to 0 as given there. And as we discussed, for finding CF we have to assume auxiliary equation, we have to create auxiliary equation by replacing capital D by small m there, so it becomes m cube minus 6m square plus 11m minus 6 equals to 0, which is a cubic equation is a small m, and we have to solve that equation in a small m of any degree. Here it's cubic, so we solved it, and by solving it 3 real and different roots are obtained as m equals to 1, 2, 3. And for these real and different roots we know that CF is very easy, c1 e power first root x plus c2 e power 2x plus c3 e power 3x, and as right hand side is 0, so pi has to be 0. That is the case. And solution of such differential equation, they are always given as dependent variable if y here, so y equals to cf plus pi, as pi is 0, so it's only y equals to cf, that is y equals to c1 e power x plus c2 e power 2x plus c3 e power 3x. Question number 2. d3y by dx cube minus 4 d2y by dx square plus 5 dy by dx minus 2y equals to 0. By that similar process of capital D's assumption, it reduces to d cube minus 4d square plus 5d minus 2 y equals to 0. Y is taken as common as an operand here. And to find CF, auxiliary equation is created as m cube minus 4m square plus 5m minus 2 equals to 0. Another cubic equation which is finally solved as m equals to 1 comma 1 comma 2. Means two roots are real and same, third one is different. So for two real and same roots, CF is written as c1 plus c2x e power x as we discussed in previous slide of this lecture, plus for that different root at c3 power 2x, and at the right hand side capital X is 0, so pi is 0, and solution is y equals to cf plus pi is 0, so y equals to cf only, that is y equals to c1 plus c2x into e power x plus c3 e power 2x. Question number 3. d3y by dx square minus 4dy by dx plus y equals to 0 by that capital D's assumption. The problem is already given with that assumption. It's d square minus 4d plus 1 over y equals to 0, other form of the problem. To find CF, auxiliary equation is created as m square minus 4m plus 1 equals to 0. A quadratic equation whose two roots are in form of a pair of 2 plus minus root 3, and we know that for these two roots in form of a pair of surd are obviously written as e power, rational value of that pair is 2, so e power 2x into c1 cos hyperbolic irrational root 3, so c1 cos hyperbolic root 3x plus c2 sin hyperbolic root 3x, and right hand side capital X is 0 again, so pi is 0, so solution is given as y equals to CF means y equals to e power 2x into that bracket having c1 cos hyperbolic root 3x plus c2 sin hyperbolic root 3x. Question number 4. d square plus d plus 1 whole square y equals to 0, where capital D is d by dx. So it's already converted in that capital D form. So we start the proceedings with writing auxiliary equation for finding CM. It's m square plus m plus 1 whole square equals to 0 if we replace capital D by m in that expression, and that is an equation of degree 4. It is whole square of quadratic expression, so degree 4, and that whole square means that is m square plus m plus 1 equals to 0 and m square plus m plus 1 equals to 0. It's 2 times. So one time it's quadratic. By solving that we get minus 1 plus minus iota root 3 upon 2, and as it's whole square, so that pair of complex roots, two complex roots is repeated again. So we have 4 roots in shape of 2 same pairs of complex number, and we know about writing CF for this situation as well. It's e power, that real part of one piece of that pair is minus 1 by 2, so e power minus x by 2 outside, and then as repetition of one pair, so c1 plus c2x and c3 plus c4x is to be written there. With that, the imaginary part is root 3 by 2, so it's cos root 3x by 2 multiplied with c1 plus c2x and sin root 3x by 2 multiplied with c3 plus c4x, and right hand side capital X is 0 as well in this problem also, so pi is 0, and solution is y equals to cf plus pi is 0, so y equals to cf only, that is y equals to e power minus x by 2 multiplied with c1 plus c2x into cos root 3x by 2 plus c3 plus c4x into sin root 3x by 2. So in this lecture we discussed all possible cases of CF. We don't need to discuss any other case for CF in further lectures, but we will discuss many cases for PI in next or next to next lectures regarding this topic. In today's lecture we discussed only one case of PI when capital X was 0. In next lecture we will see several different choices for capital X.